Well, holy crap, that was fast. Did not expect this at all. Turns out we have an answer in the Menendez brothers case. Sort of, kind of, quicker than we thought. DA Gascon in California did a press conference on October 3rd, maybe 4th, first couple days of October, saying that he was looking at the latest new evidence in the case. Many of us were excited about that. Big news, first big movements in the case in years and years, as they have exhausted all of their appeals. And he said he would have an answer in about 6 weeks. Considering how slow the cogs of justice and the government work, I figured 6 weeks at least. Maybe would have an answer mid to late November, maybe by the end of the year. We have an answer from his office already.
I have to tell you that after a very careful review of all the arguments that were made for people on both sides of this equation, I came to a place where I believe that under the law, resentencing is appropriate, and I am going to recommend that to a court tomorrow.
Doesn't mean the Menendez brothers have their fate sealed yet. That's still down the road, because nothing is simple with government and law, is it? Never. So at this point, DA Gascon said he's going to recommend resentencing, that because of the age that the boys were when the crimes were committed, meaning under the age of 26, if they are resentenced, then they would be eligible for parole after however many years. But since they've already served 35 years behind bars, it could be time served. They could be eligible for parole immediately. Super wild. His news conference saying all of this was on Thursday, October 24th. And he said tomorrow, meaning Friday the 25th, he would be sending that recommendation to the judge. Now, assuming the judge takes the recommendation and gives them a new sentence, then that new sentence would then go to the parole board. The parole board would still have to agree that the boys have shown regret, remorse, that they have rehabilitated themselves, that they are not a danger to society, which if you know them and the case at all, you know that they are not a danger to anybody, that they have absolutely improved their lives and helped many, many other lives while they're in prison. So assuming that happens and the parole board says, yes, you got parole, then it's still not done, has to go to the desk of Governor Gavin Newsom, and he has to give the final approval. So we still have a lot of hoops to jump through. Normally I would say we're a year out, maybe, but considering this, we got this answer in 3 weeks since the last news conference. We might see the Menendez brothers home by Christmas. Did not see that coming. Did not expect that whatsoever. That's pretty cool. I really, really hope that's what happens. A lot of this is in the wake of the Netflix show, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Go watch my deep dive on that. It portrayed Lyle as a complete sociopath and got a lot of important details wrong. But I think overall effect of the series was reigniting interest in the case at the very least, and that might have helped put a fire under some of these motions and all of that, because it turns out the DA has had this new information, the new evidence, for over a year. I think it was like 18 months or something along those lines. So hopefully that's a piece of good coming out of the limited series that kind of dragged Lyle especially through the mud. Also notable, as you may be aware, that something like 20 family members came out, I believe it was maybe a week before his other news conference, in support of the boys' release, reading their own statements about how the boys were let down by the very people who they were supposed to be protected by. The society let them down, that if this trial would happen today, they would not have been given life without parole, because we have a much better understanding of how it affects the brain and development and basic maturity, and also the PTSD that's involved. And I've only seen one person that's a relative speak out saying the brother should be locked up for life, and that's Kitty's brother. And they also announced a petition. I don't know if it's necessary anymore because DA Gascon's already made his decision. Then they marched over and went to his office and expressed their support for their brothers to be released. So let's hope. Let's hope there's some big, exciting things going on, and let's hope they're home by Christmas. Good luck, guys.